No, and again, that's what's hard for me, because I think it is.
I used to tell the high school stuff that all the time. There were some that legitimately didn't understand it. And I used to say, 3 times a year, effectively means is like, well, just be grateful that we all have a good job.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I would like to welcome you to the 38th Annual Employee Reception for USD 413. That seems really loud. Is it loud? No? I want to first start off by saying thank you to everyone who has been able to make it out today. I want to take a minute to acknowledge the following board members who are in attendance. Ms. Heather Guernsey, our board president, is sitting over here. And Mr. Derek Wagner is trying to hide back there in the middle. So thank you both for being here and supporting our staff. The schedule for today is going to begin with our Kansas University 25-Year Service Awards, and will then be followed by our 10 and 20-year service awards. We have no 30 and 40-year service awards this year. We will then recognize the retirees of the district and culminate with the presentation of the Deb Cummings Award. I would ask that as each person is introduced, you make your way up to the stage and pick up your recognition gift from the district. That'll be handed out by our lovely assistant, Dr. Wire, sitting over here, who is thrilled to be here tonight. Okay, so we'll kick it off. We have quite the agenda tonight. So we'll kick it off with the University of Kansas School of Education 25 Years of Service and Education Award. There are 3 recipients this year for the University of Kansas School of Education 25 Years of Service. Each recipient will be receiving a framed certificate signed by both the Chancellor and the Dean of Education. Those recipients are Mandy Dooling, CHS Science, Stacy Henson, CHS English, You're cheating. And Miss Maria Hernandez, CHS Foreign Language. We don't have a photographer here tonight, but we're going to pull a picture off of the live stream. So we got you. Thank you. Okay, up next, the Years of Service Award given at 10-year increments for years of service specific to our district. For those with 10 years of service will receive a silver apple. Those with 20 years of service will receive a red apple. 10-year service awards to kick us off. Ms. Candace Campbell, CES title. Deb Finley, transportation. Robert Ortiz, transportation. Chase Reed, CHS English. Jeff Schoenberger, RMS Social Studies. Charlene Schonifer, RMS Food Service. Chris Shields, RMS Principal. And Jennifer Schultz, CHS Custodian. Thank you all for your 10 years of service. Okay, for our 20-year service awards, starting with Cleet Frizzell, CHSPE. Crystal Golay, 4th grade at CES. Lisa Garacki, Lincoln Pre-K. Jennifer Inbody, RMS counselor. Beth Jacket, CHS math. And Katie Rodriguez, CHS secretary. And again, congratulations on 20 years of service. Okay, now we would like to take some time to honor our retirees from the district this year. We have 11 retirees this year. Each retiree has spent a significant amount of time in the district, and we truly wish to thank them for their years of service with USD 413. Each retiree will receive an engraved plaque, retirement watch, and a lifetime activities pass for USD 413. Each retiree has a snippet that has been compiled on their behalf that will now be introduced by their supervisor or colleague in some cases. Starting off tonight, Mr. Mike Golay, you're up first. And the retiree tonight is Mr. Robert Cummings, who has worked for the district for 25 years. Come on up, Bob.
Well, good afternoon. Oh boy, where do I start with Bob here? After 25 years with the district, started off being a custodian at the old high school, quickly moved into maintenance and put his skills to work there. So was the lone maintenance guy there for several years. So there's so many things I'm going to miss about Bob. His positive outlook on every situation, his constant smile. Okay, you're all laughing, so you know the real Bob. Let's go. But, all joking aside, Bob's been a great mentor through all these years. I've known Bob since I was knee-high to him. Believe it or not, I used to work with my dad in EMS long ago. So I have a ton of respect for Bob. Just been a great guy to work with. I'm gonna miss him and miss his sense of humor. So, Bob, I hope you enjoy your retirement, and thank you so much for all the years of service, and I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, I'll come back and bug you.
I usually don't say the things about people as they walk off, but I didn't know that Bob worked in EMS, and I can just imagine being this patient laying on the ground, as Bob walked up, I can imagine that his thoughts were, yeah, he's dead. But in all fairness, I know Bob pretty well too, and I would trust my life in his hands if it was really needed. So thanks, Bob. Up next is Sydney Deach is going to be the one presenting. So I don't know where Miss Sydney, there she is. And she's going to be speaking about, who approved this, by the way?
I don't know.
Did you just get voluntold?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She's going to be talking about Miss Rose Fox, who is retiring after 28 years of service.
No.
Justin, you're going to have to come up here too, apparently.
Alrighty. Well, I was not planning on speaking, but Rose told me I was, so here I am. But I'm happy to celebrate someone who's finally decided to hang up her lanyard, pack up the last of her Taco Bell sauce, and ride off into the retirement sunset, our one-of-a-kind Rose. I still remember the first time I ever saw her. She doesn't know this. I wasn't even working here yet, and I was just coming to see my mom, and she was walking out of the front office with a whole bunch of students, doing her walk to the airport, and then she was going off on two of the kids. I don't remember what they did, but she was handling them loud, firm, no nonsense, and I remember thinking, wow, I hope I never work with her. She seems really mean. I didn't hear the end of the conversation with her and the students, but knowing her now, I almost can guarantee it wrapped up with something like, be the leaders I expect you to be, and in her head, a few words I can't say. But of course, I ended up working with Rose, and thank goodness for that, because behind that tough exterior is someone who is compassionate, quick-witted, and deeply committed to her students. She's the kind of educator who shows up every day ready to give it her all. It might be at 8:15, but she'll be there. It was honestly a good thing I came when I did, because the slang and trends were changing fast, and let's just say Rose needed help badly. Her attempts to keep up were admirable, but sometimes tragic. She was always trying to stay hip, whether she was hitting the gritty, throwing out a dab, or heaven help us, muling. She was in it 100%. The kids absolutely loved watching her make a fool of herself, and so did I. The effort was there, the rhythm, not so much. Now, if you want to talk about motivation, forget about gold stars or candy. Rose found the secret. Taco Bell sauce packets. Yeah, really. She would hand them out as rewards, and the kids would go wild for them. You'd think she'd hand out gold. But one of my favorite stories, and one that I'll never let her live down, was the day she decided to try to jump 3 tiles. We had just been joking about how big the kids were getting, and she naturally brought up the idea of trying to jump the same width of the 3 tiles. A few kids offered to lie down and have her jump over them, but she opted just to jump next to them instead. She took a running start and face planted hard. She claimed her foot got caught, but let's be honest, no one saw that happen. Even more amazing, not a single student even noticed her falling. She stood up, brushed herself off, and kept on teaching like nothing happened until 2 o'clock. She knocked on my door and said, yeah, I think I have to go to the doctor. She's also a recess legend, known for her game of Pac-Man. The kids live for it. They think it's a fun, high-energy chase game in the school, and it is, but really, it's Rose's brilliant strategy for getting her steps in while making sure every kid is running away from her. These little moments, funny, real, sometimes a bit chaotic, are what makes Rose unforgettable. She brings her whole self to the job, no fluff, no pretending, just heart, dedication, and a whole lot of attitude. When I was student teaching, my mentor teacher had another teacher that worked alongside her named Lauren. They were the kind of team you couldn't miss. They worked side by side so naturally, came up with ideas, supported one another, pushed each other to grow, and just being there through it all with each other. They were also the best of friends. I remember watching and thinking, I hope I find myself a Lauren someday. Well, I found mine, or in this case, I found my Rose. A lifelong friend, someone who's always willing to listen to my wildest ideas and help them turn into reality. Someone who challenges me, supports me, and makes the job more than just a job. Unfortunately, she's been teaching longer than I've been alive, and she's leaving me. But Rose, wherever you go, whether it's sleeping in, traveling, or loving on your grandbabies, I'll carry your spirit, your humor, and your heart with me. Love you.
I love you.
All right, my name is Dustin Fox, and I am Rose Fox's son. Thank you guys all for being here to celebrate all of our retirees, including my favorite, Linda Udine. Just kidding, Mom. You're my favorite. You're my favorite. After 28 years of teaching, it's hard to put into words just how much my mom has impacted not only the lives of her students, but all those who have been lucky enough to work alongside her. What many don't know, though, is my mom's journey to becoming a teacher wasn't an easy one, and it definitely wasn't a straight road. She was the second youngest of 10 children and the first in her family to graduate from college. She grew up with very little, but somehow knew, even then, that education could be the path to a better future. Not just for herself, but for her family. She put herself through college while raising me as a single mom. Out of college with no job offer in Chanute, she worked jobs I know that she didn't love, but they paid the bills. It took nearly a decade after earning her degree before she finally stepped into a classroom. But once she did, she found where she was always meant to be. She started teaching 5th grade at Hutton Elementary School in 1997. Over the years, she taught 2 different grade levels and computers. My brother and I are still trying to figure that one out. She worked in 5 different classrooms and impacted hundreds of students. Whether it was playing Pac-Man in the hallways, handing out Taco Bell sauce packets to incentivize good behavior, and again, we still don't understand how Taco Bell sauce packets became more valuable than cash at the elementary school, but she made it happen. But she always found ways to connect with students that others couldn't. My mom always found ways to meet kids where they were. She's always been a champion of the underdog. She saw potential in students that others may have overlooked. And she didn't just teach reading or math. She taught resilience, self-worth, and the value of being a good human. She believed in her students, even when they didn't believe in themselves. I can only imagine the number of lives she's changed, the confidence she's built, and the hope she sparked in those who needed it most. I know she did that for me. Now, as she steps away from the classroom, she's stepping into a new role of grandma, helping me and Kelsey raise our twins who are due in June. I truly can't express enough how grateful I am for that. Mom, you've been at Chanute Public Schools for nearly 3 decades, and now you get to help shape the lives and hearts of your grandchildren. I can't wait for them to experience the same love, the same wisdom, and the same unwavering support that you've always defined as a mother and as a teacher. Your retirement is well earned, and on behalf of your colleagues, your friends, your family, and every student whose life you've touched, thank you. Congratulations, Mom, and here's a Taco Bell sauce packet. You've earned it.
I don't know that I'm going to need to give my speech because I think they covered part of it, but damn, I didn't know I was so good. So I do want to thank everyone who's come out tonight, and thank you very much. It is a great honor to be here, and one that I didn't know was ever going to come, but it finally has. I just want to share just a little bit about my philosophy of education because back in the day when I was in room 413, there was this redheaded Cogley of mine across the hall who always kept saying, you know, it doesn't matter about your lessons. They're going to remember all the little things that you do for them, not that you presented a great lesson. And that redheaded colleague, yeah, he might have been right, because I really don't remember a lot of my lessons, but I remember some of the fun stuff that I would do with the kids. I think Sid mentioned it, that if it required acting the fool, I'm your girl. I could do it, and I would do it proudly. I know some people would say I wasn't acting, but I really was. One of the things, yes, Taco Bell sauce I gave it out as a Valentine's gift 5 or 6 years ago, I'm not sure. And yeah, it became an item. And it was really amazing if you got to the series, if you got to collect a mild sauce, hot, fire, and a Diablo. So that was the real kicker if you got a Diablo. So some of the things like, I didn't reward with stickers and stuff. I always didn't pass out consequences traditionally either. One of my favorite ways, and Quinn can probably attest to this, is I like to sing when they're naughty because they love my singing voice. You just give them a nobody knows, and there you go. They'll get right back on task. Sid already mentioned about my athleticism. Yeah, that was a interesting day. But I just want to thank you as I start off my new journey. I want to thank everybody for every eye roll that you have given me, every groan, every be quiet, Rose. Don't do it, Rose. Don't do it. Thank you for being part of the ride. It's been a joy. It's been a challenge. But most of all, it's been a privilege. I've got to work with some amazing people. But now I am off to sing, jump, and act the fool for 2 granddaughters. But if you ever need Taco Bell sauce, I got you covered. I think I got everything ready to go. Thank you.
Well, that got a little nervous for a second. There's a few too many stories that she could have told about some redheaded person that she didn't, which I'm grateful for. So, congratulations, Rose. Next up, our presenter will be Miss Brooke Wire, and she will be recognizing Annie Keenan for her 32 years of service in the district.
Good afternoon. Annie is currently completing in the next few days her 35th year in the district as an aide, which is amazing. She began in 1990, and we had a conversation about this because I shared that I think it was the next year in 1991 that I would have started kindergarten at Murray Hill. The next year after that. In the next series, I'm going to go through a list of names that if you've been in the district for a little while, you're going to recognize. But in 1990, she was hired by Sam Caraway as her principal. She worked as a kindergarten aide for Cheryl Reed, Kay Coombs, Susan Harwood, and Jane Dyson. She also worked in first grade with Pam Hart, Beverly Nogle, and Judy Wilson. Over her years, she also worked with Mrs. Woods, Mr. McDonald, Mrs. Wolf, Ms. Ashley, Mrs. Dennis, Mrs. Hill, Mrs. Jackson, Mrs. Hinkle, Mrs. Thompson, Mrs. O'Kane, or some of us recognize her in Chanute as Mrs. Shinkle, Mrs. Peters, Mrs. Bellis, Mrs. Wolken, and most currently, Mrs. Hobbs. That's also quite a list of people. She noted that she has worked with a lot of new teachers during her career that I've witnessed as well, so Mrs. Keenan was able to help a lot of new teachers entering the profession, especially early childhood teachers. She's also worked for several principals in that time: Mr. Custer, Mr. Hoops, Mr. Wheeler, Mr. Caraway, Mr. McDermott, Mrs. Fairchild, and many, many more. She also noted that some of her most cherished friendships came from the people that she worked with. Susan Beck, Marilyn Briner, Janice Ward, Char Golay, Nancy Costin, Jan Brookshire, Ellie Call, and many more. They still all find time to meet up and catch up. I think you guys have monthly lunches that they get together and stay in touch. Annie is very much looking forward to her retirement and all that comes with it. She and her husband of 43 years, Kevin, which is also, are building their dream home at Grand Lake. It's always been their goal in life, and they get to achieve it. They also plan to spend all the time that they can enjoying their granddaughters, Bailey and Calla. When visiting with Annie a few weeks ago, she asked that I share the following for her. Thank you all for the amazing opportunities that USD 413 has given to me. I consider you all as my family, and I'm going to miss the following. All of the students, especially the littles, first and last days of school, all of the staff members, bloodborne pathogens testing, state assessment testing, making sure that I have the correct insurance, breakfast duty, lunch duty, bus duty, making all the holiday crafts, school pictures, class pictures, snow days, rainy days, and scorching hot days, the smell of school lunches, pigs in a blanket and chicken sandwiches were my favorites, the smell of rubber on the playground on 100-degree days, snot, blood, poop, and teeth. That can all happen on the daily in kindergarten. Same day. Same day even, yes. And mostly everything and everyone, I love you all. Annie, thank you for all of your years with the district and everything you have done, and we wish you all the best in retirement. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure she was just asked if she wanted a speech, but I think that was the thing when she said a couple weeks ago, I want you to say this, that told you then that she didn't really want to do that. You know, it's probably amazing as a little's aide, I would be interested, how many generations of people from the same family do you think you've had in your classrooms? Do you think you've hit?
Oh, way too many.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it happens way faster when you get them when they're 5. Like those generations turn over quick.
Well, you were one of them.
Yeah? No more stories about me. I have nothing to do here tonight. There's some dangers in working in the community you grew up in, you know. Okay, up next, Terry Markham is our presenter, and she is going to be talking about Miss Jean Luther. And now I'm a little hesitant to say how many years because the last one was off. So I hope it's 43. Is that correct?
Guess you'll find out.
Oh, okay. I didn't type these, so.
Well, we all know how the years are. We count them different than the school district counts them, so. Okay. I have Chris here to poke me every time I start to get sentimental. So, yeah, you better get on the other side. Okay, we're here to recognize Jean Luther, who has been with 413 Food Service, in Jean's view, 46 years. Jean started as a food service sub in 1979, after graduating from Fredonia in 1978. After being a food service sub for 2 years, she started full-time at Hutton Elementary School. Her first position was the main dish cook, then the baker position, and then the school cafeteria, which made her a great candidate for a manager. Cashier, what did I say? Cashier. All at Hutton, which made her a great thing for her to be a manager, and she was. She's done 19 years at Royster, starting in 2005. Jean has always made sure the whole team succeeds. She has been our MVP, our coach, and our biggest cheerleader. You're falling down on the job. You're supposed to be poking me.
You're doing great.
Our biggest cheerleader all rolled into one.
It's okay, take your time.
We're going to miss you terribly, but we're so excited for you to enjoy the well-deserved new chapter. You've led your kitchen with integrity, compassion, and unwavering commitment to follow all the federal regulations. They laugh. And stood strong through all the challenges over the years from USDA. And let me tell you, there have been a lot of mandatory changes from DC. Jean's dedication to this department has been nothing short of legendary. She has been through economic booms and busts, technology revelations, and a few office relocations. Your institutional knowledge is unmatched, and your work ethic is an inspiration to all. This comes from one of her staff. Jean is an awesome manager. She deals with issues without singling anyone out. She is fair and forgiving, yet firm and strict where needed. Always easy to ask for advice. She and her knowledge will truly be missed. A wonderful boss and friend. It's truly wonderful to honor someone as dedicated as Jean. Wishing her all the best in the exciting new chapter. Thank you, Jean, for all your years.
Oh, sorry, you are. Sorry, Chris, you are. My bad. That was pretty good, Terry, by the way, wherever she probably just left, but that was pretty good for Terry, emotionally. It's so awesome to have people who care so much about their staff that's a problem for them. She didn't mention, though, that Jean's actually going to come back next year and start the year with us, which we are extremely grateful for. We talked her into actually retiring, I think, October 1st. Is that correct? So actually, she's going to come back and start next year to help us train the next person so that we have a smooth transition at Royster. So we are extremely grateful for that. So I guess that means you're going to get to year 47, right? That's incredible. Only topped by one that I know, so I won't call them out, but that's pretty impressive. So, okay, Mr. Chris Shields, you're up. And actually, it's because I made a mistake. You should have been first, and I just made a mistake. So, welcome to my life. Miss Terry Lund, come on up.
So, as I started preparing for this, you always try to lead with a funny speech or a little anecdote, and I was going through a few. I got some advice from some of Terry's coworkers, and there was a couple things I was teetering upon talking about. One was how, after all these years, she still got lost driving the volleyball van in this great metropolis of Iola, couldn't find the school. And they just kept following her, and nobody's going to question Terry. So that was a little adventure. And then the other one I was thinking about, it's only funny now, was not at the time, but the severe concussion that Terry suffered this year. And when I say severe, let me tell you, she refused to leave. We had to, I'm not kidding, physically, we had to make her leave the class. And then she tried to come back the next day, and we're like, no, you're going home, doctor's order. Try to come back the next, and this goes on for like a week. And finally, she's like, oh, I'm okay. And then we went back and forth. But I'm not going to start with either of those. I'm going to start with so I'm going to assume that everybody in this place knows Terry. But for those of you, if you're watching on the live stream, and for some reason, if you've been under a rock and you don't know Terry, something you should know is she is a planner, and she is an organizer, and she is all about taking charge. She is a leader to the core. So in preparing, Terry's been doing this for so long, I didn't want to leave out any of her accomplishments or her years of service. So I asked her, I said, hey, just shoot me like, how many years you've been teaching, what buildings, any awards, things of that nature. Expecting to get back, a bullet point. Hey, X amount of years, I won this award, I won this award. Terry sent me an entire speech prepared. So I hope you don't mind, because it was, I have to admit, an excellent speech. And I stole some parts of it, but I'm going to kind of stick to what I'd worked on myself. So, just a few of Terry's notable accomplishments over the years include 32 years in education, 20 of them at the elementary level, and the last 12 being at Royster. Some of her accolades include Kansas Middle School Teacher of the Year, the Central District Teacher of the Year. She has been a recipient of the Distinguished Deb Cummings Award from our district. She was just this year recognized for Emporia State, the HPER Wall of Fame. And then finally, she has had 15 principals and assistant principals that she's had to break in for lack of a better, and they probably got worse as the years went on, I'm assuming. But today, in all honesty, Terry, we are here to honor a remarkable individual, a teacher, a mentor, a friend, and a true champion for education in Terry Lund. As we reflect on her extraordinary journey over the last 30-plus years, it is clear that Terry embodies the very essence of what it means to be an exceptional leader and educator. Terry's unwavering commitment to her students and physical education is evident in every moment she spends in the classroom. My personal career as an educator has taken me to over 25 years to multiple districts in Missouri and Kansas. As far away, I've been to Joplin, and as far away as Wentzville, Missouri, and Warrenton, Missouri as well. And the reason I bring that up is everywhere I have been, and I found this out this year, there is someone that knows and has been influenced by Terry Lund. She has the connections with people that I have taught with and taught for in all of these districts. There's people, they know Terry, and they know what she does for physical education. So that is just astonishing to me that her impact has spread so far and wide. When I challenged our building to look for ways last year, and I brought up the discussion to create a more inclusive environment for many of our special needs students, Terry was the first one to approach me. She welcomed and embraced the opportunity and volunteered to teach a class that blended our general education students with many of our identified students that has made a lasting impact on many students and faculty members within our building. She established her own PE day for her PE Pals class where they could gather and celebrate with their peers just like all other students. Terry approaches each day with an enthusiasm that is truly contagious. Her passion for teaching radiates in her interactions with students and staff alike. Terry has a unique ability to inspire curiosity, cultivate confidence, and instill a love of physical movement and play in young minds, a gift that not all people possess. Terry's commitment extends beyond mere teaching, though. It is her perseverance and love, true, genuine love for those that she serves that truly sets her apart. Terry doesn't teach subjects. She teaches resilience, she teaches compassion, and she teaches the importance of perseverance in all those that she comes across. She is a reminder that education is about relationships and combining high expectations of learning at high levels for all students and investing in the future of those students. Terry's love for her students is immeasurable and is evident in the way she advocates for their needs. She celebrates their successes and encourages them through their struggles. In closing, on behalf of all 15 administrators who have had the pleasure of working with Terry, I want to express my sincere, deepest personal gratitude. Thank you, Terry, for your timeless and tireless commitment, your endless patience, and unwavering belief in the potential of every child. You're an exceptional teacher, an even better human being, and an inspiration to us all. Even though we can count on seeing you around the building before and after school as you continue to teach Drums Alive in your fitness classes, and we know we'll see you around the community, spending time with family and friends and playing lots of pickleball, you will never be forgotten, but you will truly be missed. We love you, Terry. Thank you.
All right, just a few words. Just thank you, everybody. But I see my guys down there. That's going to be the hard thing, is our family. But a funny joke, teaching middle school kids, and I really didn't plan this, but since I said that, one time I was standing in front of all the 7th and 8th graders, 80 or 90, maybe 100, and I said, yeah, we're a great threesome. I always had Terryisms. So sometimes it would get so bad that I would notice what I'd say, and the other kids wouldn't, and then I couldn't stop laughing. I was crying, and I'd look at the guys, they wouldn't even make eye contact with me. So we've had so much fun together, but again, yeah, those relationships, again, like Rose said, it's not what we teach. It's those relationships we build with our students. Recently, I saw a little girl that she did not like PE, but she came and hugged me, and she's like, oh, I miss you, and all that. And I thought, wow, that's what it's about when you have a student that isn't about, that's not their subject, but they still love you and they miss you. So, and the guys always joke that I will be in, because I'm kind of a nerd. If you didn't know, I like to I like to find new activities, and I'm a themey person. And so they joke that I'll be peeking in the window or send them a text, here's a new game, or can I come play, or I'll peek in and say, what are you doing? But just been a lot of fun the last 32 years, and I just thank you guys. And all my Murray Hill people here also, that we've all, Annie and I going out together. I told my 8th graders, they've been like, and my kids keep saying, you've got to stay one more year or whatever, but I told my 8th graders, you're leaving, I'm out of here. So anyway, so I'm out of here. But I told Chris I was checking in this year instead of checking out, and I'm checking out. Thanks.
Terryisms in a PE room. I can come with a few to mind just real quick, but I'll keep those to myself. Carla Northern, you're up next, but not to speak. You're just up here to be recognized first. Okay, let me find the right paper here. And so I did a pretty good job of printing off most stuff in font that I can mostly read without my glasses, except for this part. So I'll put my glasses back on here. But so in preparation for this today, I did ask Carla some questions. Those of you who don't know Carla came to us 6 years ago from Salina, Kansas. She had spent her first 21 years in education in Salina. So she had taught several different things while she was in Salina, from 5th grade, 6th grade, 4th grade, title. She had been a literacy coach before she decided that she wanted to get into administration. She probably still questions that today. I think all of us have questions about why we do that sometimes, but Carla came to us 6 years ago in a role of administration at the elementary school. and was lucky enough to be here the first couple of years when we decided to shut down schools. And she actually lists that as her most memorable event while working at USD 413 was that her first year as an administrator, we didn't return from spring break. I remember that quite well myself. Something she'll never forget. It certainly challenged everyone, but we came out of it stronger in the end, which I would agree with. I also asked her what she thought her greatest accomplishment was in her career. And she talked about students, which doesn't surprise me. It was the fact of helping countless students reach their potential, inspiring younger educators to become confident, skilled professionals, and that it's been a privilege to just be part of something bigger than herself, shaping the future. Her plans, well, let me start here. What she was going to miss the most about working in education was the daily connection with students, their curiosity. Preschoolers have lots of that, curiosity, their growth, and those light bulb moments when they truly understand something for the first time. I'll also miss the camaraderie of passionate colleagues and the energy of the school. Some things she plans to do in retirement is travel. She's already got an Alaskan cruise planned, it looks like. I could never convince my wife to do that. A family vacation at the cabin in Colorado, and then just spend time with family, especially their 6 grandchildren. A couple of things from her colleagues. When I reached out to her colleagues and asked for some remarks. Carla has been supportive and strives for the best for everyone, especially the students. She's always greeting staff and students with a smile and cheerful attitude. We're going to miss her at Lincoln and wish her well in retirement. I want to thank Ms. Snothern for her guidance, support, and making a difference in the lives of the staff and students at Lincoln Early Learning Center. She spends her time helping others achieve their goals with an encouraging smile. Best wishes on your retirement. I will tag on just a little bit about this whole COVID thing because one of my, a memory that will stick in my brain forever that Carla gets to be a part of was our trip to Branson. Coming back from COVID, where we decided to spread the love while we were there. And then that led to not only did we not come back to school after spring break, but then it led to us not starting school until 2 weeks after we were supposed to, coming back from COVID. But you know, we had some really good times during those retreats in Branson, in Denver one time, in Branson a few times. So Carla is going to be missed for her leadership. I certainly am going to miss the smile that we see every time that Carla is around, and her welcoming attitude to everybody within our district. So Carla, congrats on retirement, and best of luck in future endeavors. Would you like to speak? All right, Ms. Wire, you're back up. And the retiree is Miss Gloria Ruggles. My paper has that Gloria's worked for us for 29 years, so I guess we'll see if that one's correct. It doesn't look like it.
I could be wrong, but my number came from Gloria, so I'm going to say that that one's the correct one.
Agreed.
I did. Okay, good. I have the number of years that Gloria has worked is 31, so that's what we're going to go with. Because her math would show that this time has included 2 years at Alcott as a food cashier clerk, which is probably where that discrepancy comes from, and then 29 years as a secretary. She spent 12 years at Alcott and the past 17 years at CES. When we were discussing recently, Gloria shared that all of her favorite memories are and always will be the kids and their hugs and unconditional love. As I worked through this, hugs are going to be a theme that you see in this short speech. Gloria has loved the friendships, bonding, and support that she has made over the years with staff and parents throughout the district. She's always felt wanted, needed, and loved throughout her years. Specific memories that stick out are all the laughter and joking, working in an elementary school, specifically the office on some days. You have to have that. It's always a good day when we have a good laugh, because sometimes it's either you laugh or you cry, and it's usually a result of something that one of us has done. Probably an administrator. Gloria also mentioned how she loved dressing up for holidays and spirit weeks. I always knew that we had reached the final week before Christmas break because she would have bells on in some way and you could hear her coming. One day it was really quiet during that week and I thought everyone was gone, and I heard Gloria, I think, coming from the back hallway, and I couldn't tell if I had just really reached that point of Christmas break coming where I'm imagining it, but then she appeared, and so I knew she was still there. I also spoke with Kelly and Alicia. We've become quite a family in the front office. Kelly and Alicia have loved working with Gloria. It has been a true blessing when a group of people can work so positively and efficiently together. When recalling memories, Kelly specifically remembered rescuing baby birds that were born in the conference room ceiling a few years ago, and they had to take them all out one by one. That was quite an event, especially in the midst of everything else that's going on in an elementary office. Alicia said that what stuck out to her the most was Gloria's hugs. Alicia is not a hugger, but she had to become a hugger when she joined the CES office staff. That didn't stop Gloria, and now that's one of Alicia's most favorite things about her. They also noted how Gloria is the person that can literally do everything. She has a toolkit that she keeps at her desk, and whether it's the copy machine, the laminator, whatever is broken, Gloria will fix it. She also has a sewing kit and an eyeglass repair kit on hand. So really, basically, anything that needs done, Gloria's your lady. They are going to miss their attendance competitions. They said you lose most days.
I lose most days.
Each morning to see who has all their attendance in first and who has the least amount of calls to make. But overall, they're just going to miss her. Our office will truly not be the same. My favorite memory recently was when our fifth graders surprised Miss Gloria at our final assembly with a song that was tailored just for her. It was a really sweet moment, and it's a really special thing when almost every single student, K-5, knows who you are in our building. They know Gloria, and they know that Gloria loves her. Every day, at some point in time, I hear someone tell me that when I ask them where they're headed, they tell me they're going to the office to give Miss Gloria a hug, and they're probably getting a mint as well, but mostly the hug. As she enters retirement, Gloria plans on sleeping in and not getting up early, going camping, and hopefully spending more time with her grandkids and her great-grandkids. Gloria, we wish you all the best. You better come back and visit us often and enjoy your time being a grandma. You want to talk? You want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you to everybody. You all mean a lot to me. I will miss working with you guys. There are so many memories and so many thoughts that there is no way to put it all into words. You guys are very special to me. You are also my family, and I hope you don't forget me. Love you all.
I think I'm coming to the realization as I sit up here and hear these stories that I'm getting old, because I know stories about all these people too. And as I was sitting there listening to Miss Wire talk about Gloria and thinking back, a ways back, 17 years, is that what you said she's been at CES? So 18 plus years ago, and I think back to Alcott. Did anybody else work at Alcott 18 years ago that's in here? Oh boy, are there some stories from that. Yeah, I won't tell the story about the game that we made for their last day of school activities one year. That was our last year at Alcott, so that is certainly saved for a different time than this. But it was pretty fun. So thanks, Gloria. Up next, Miss Deb Finley is our presenter for our retiree, Jane Taylor.
Jane, Jane, Jane. Does everybody know Jane from J.C. Penney's? Oh, Jane, you're really not gonna retire, are you? Yes, okay. She's been at the bus barn for 7 years as my van monitor on the special needs van. I admire and respect how hard you've worked with your students. I know it's been, and I know it hasn't been an easy job, like getting shoes thrown at you in the van, punched in the side, cussed at, having to clean up vomit when a student throws up in the van. These are just a few things Jane went through over the last 7 years. Some of them I can't mention. She doesn't want me to. Getting phone calls early in the morning or late at night, saying from the parents that their students won't be riding. She's had to do a lot of that. But she's had a really good relationship with her students' parents. She always made sure the van was sanitized and cleaned every shift. I've always been amazed at your passion for these students. Never underestimate how much one person can touch the lives of others. You are the first one that the students see in the morning and the last one that they go before they go home. Jane truly is a remarkable individual. You will be missed so very much at the bus barn. Here's to the next chapter of your life. May it be filled with all the things that make your heart sing and your spirit soar. Happy retirement, dear friend.
Okay, next up, Mr. Zach Murray. Zach is going to recognize somebody who couldn't be here today, but hopefully they're going to get this anyway. So I would say her years, but I know it's wrong, so go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna, if he had a discrepancy, I was gonna start looking like he just closed his eyes and picked a number, but I have Linda being an employee at Chanute High School for 34 years, which still is not long enough. And I want to clear one thing up really quick. I've already had my emotional meltdown with Linda, so the sniffing and all of this is my allergies. So I need Linda to think I'm cool watching on live stream, and that's not a good way to do it. So, Linda, I know you're watching at home, so Linda, listen to me. I tried to put Linda on our daily do not admit when she told me she was retiring, but that didn't work, so here we are. And I guess this makes it official. Today, we want to celebrate a remarkable individual whose impact on Chanute High School and USD 413 will be felt long after her final day, Linda Udine. She can't be with us here tonight due to back surgery. And I use that and I put it in quotes because I'm 99% sure she had to get that surgery from carrying me and trying to make me look good for the past 4 years. But honestly, Linda, would you have been here anyway? I bet you wouldn't have stood up here on the stage. Karen and Katie and I were talking about that earlier. So, in all seriousness, we just want to take a moment to reflect on the incredible legacy that she leaves behind. From the very beginning, Linda has stood out as someone we could all count on. Her dependability has been unmatched, always the first to arrive and never one to miss a deadline. She's so dependable that she came back to work the day after her gallbladder surgery just to make sure no one picked up her duties. No matter how busy things got, she met every challenge with a steady hand and a calm, bring-it-on spirit. Her efficiency is also something to marvel at. Tasks that would take others hours, she seemed to complete in half the time, and flawlessly, of course. She brings order to chaos, solutions to problems, and results that consistently exceed expectations. Her work ethic set a standard the rest of us aspired to, and I've several times said the best compliment I can give an employee is when I truly have no idea what all you do. But what I do know is anything I ever asked her to do or anything that she was required to do seemed to already be waiting on my desk. And what truly sets Linda apart is her unwavering dedication. She never treated this as just a job. It was always a commitment, whether staying late to help a colleague, training new hires with patience and care, hey Katie, or going the extra mile for a project that needed her expertise. Her passion and loyalty never wavered. Even when she questioned my abilities to assemble a first down marker, no, I don't always have that much trouble, or giving my jokes a courtesy laugh, which deserved an actual laugh, but I didn't get very many. Today, we don't just say goodbye to a CHS staple, we honor a person that every employee should aspire to be. Linda, thank you for showing us what it means to work with heart, integrity, and excellence. Your absence will be deeply felt, but your work will never be forgotten. Enjoy every moment of your well-deserved retirement. You've more than earned it. Here's to many Friday afternoon stops at El Poblito, lots of grandkid time, and lots of pool with Dirk in your future. You get that one. Linda, we love you, and we're going to miss you, and thank you for all you've done for me and everybody else at 413. Thank you.
Wow. I really can't believe that made it to the speech, but again, for another time, I think. Congrats, Linda, and I really hope that you are online watching this. Next up, Carla Northern, you get to come back up for a different reason this time, to recognize Terry Wagner for her service as secretary at Lincoln.
You didn't wear your sash. Our staff gave us each a sash today that said "The Legend Retires." So we were going to wear them tonight just to make them proud. Good afternoon. Do you remember the custodian in the Breakfast Club? The one who told the Saturday school students he was the school's eyes and ears? He knew everything going on every single day. That's exactly how I think of Terry Wagner. Terry worked for A&W for 5 years before coming to USD 413. Terry was so much more than a secretary for 17 years. At Lincoln, she was a nurse, a counselor, a listening ear, and above all, a friend. She was the heart of the office, always steady, always caring. Students loved passing by her door. You'd hear them yell out, "Good morning, Miss Terry," with big smiles. And many of them would run into the office excited to share a story or show her a drawing they'd made. Terry made them feel special, like their voice mattered. Terry always wanted to help solve problems, make things easier for staff, students, and parents. She was the first bright, positive presence people saw when they came through the doors. Her kindness was the tone for the whole school. I remember our first Halloween together. Laura and I convinced her to dress up as a farmer from the book Click Clack Moo. The kids loved it. We focused on our costumes, on children's books for every Halloween thereafter. So every year it was a new book character, and she was always willing participant. Terry isn't just a part of the school, she was the school, and we're all better for having known her. Terry will leave a legacy of warmth, joy, and unwavering care, and we are deeply grateful for that. Enjoy spending more time with your family. Happy retirement, Terry. You deserve it.
There was no mention in there of having to call subs, though, at one point in time. And that could not have been the most fun job of getting up in the morning to have to call people to try to find them to come into work. Terry, congratulations, and thanks for your dedication to our district. Next up, Mike Golay, you get to close it off here for retirees. So, Mr. Ernie Wright. Ernie is retiring from the middle school lead custodian for however many years Mike's going to tell us.
"30 years for Ernie. We saved the best for last." Yes, Ernie actually started out in maintenance and for the first few years, and then
Everything you could ask of.
Yep, that transferred over well to, he got the opportunity to become the lead custodian at RMS, and he took that and ran with it. So Ernie's known by his coworkers for being very kind, reliable, helpful, funny, always up for conversation, jokes. So he's helped me out a bunch too. We would teamwork a lot of things, and a lot of respect for Ernie. 30 years of hard work. Didn't you work for the railroad too?
Yeah, almost 10 years.
10 years in that.
Swing
So,
spike ball.
yeah.
Hard
So
work, but I love it.
Ernie's tough. So,
Yes, we both are. We have
so, Ernie, I hope you enjoy your time, your retirement, tinkering with your vehicles, watching the Chiefs play football, spending time with your family. Thank you so much for all the years of service, and gonna miss you, man.
One thing, thanks for 30 years. You've learned me a lot. I've done everything, and I appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you later. Thank you.
I think we should ask him what he's going to miss the least. I would predict something around snow removal, or I don't know. Anyway, thanks, Ernie. 30 years, certainly much appreciated for the district. Okay, our final presentation tonight is very special and meaningful to our district, the Deborah Cummings Award. I would like to start off by first telling you a bit about Deborah. Deborah, or better known as Debbie or Deb, worked for USD 413 for over 22 years. She started the kitchen at Hutton Elementary School and became the cashier. Her final position with the district was the kitchen manager at Chanute Elementary School. She was a friendly face to all, students, staff, and her crew. She took great pride in taking care of the students of Chanute and was very dedicated to her craft. She firmly believed that her students' first attitude needed to be embodied by her staff as well. In the last year of Debbie's career, she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. The illness took a toll, but she never wanted to quit coming to work. After a hospital stay, she went to half days so she could still see her kids daily. Her dedication was very admirable and appreciated by many. That attitude is what inspired the creation of the Debbie Cummings Award. This award goes to any USD 413 employee, regardless of position, who displays the qualities that Debbie embodied while she was part of the Chanute School District family. A nominee should be a person who exhibits all the qualities that good employees should have: strong work ethic, genuine care for students, a good coworker, positive attitude, desire to improve the district, helpful, and supportive. This year we were blessed to have 10 staff members nominated for this award. At this time, I would like to recognize each person who was nominated. If you don't mind, please stand as I read your name so that you can be recognized, if you are here. Christina Deaver, Kathy Emling, Deb Finley, Linda Church, Sarah Wilcox, Mindy Burnett, Jean Luther, Linda Udine, Janice Erickson, and Abby Hughes. It is quite an honor to be nominated. It is a nomination by colleagues. It's not a nomination by administration. It's a nomination by colleagues, so it is important. As you can see, the award is very special and very prestigious and does not just go to anyone. With that said, we are very honored to present this award to a longstanding staple within our district. Here is what her nominees had to say. Linda is the face of the office. She always has a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She literally deals with all the day-to-day emergencies with grace. CHS will greatly miss her next year as she retires. She is most definitely a wonderful representation of this award. She has been a rock at CHS for many years. She cares about kids and makes sure that administration and teachers know where kids are at all times. Anytime there's an emergency, she is there for us with backup. If there's a question about a kid's whereabouts or if someone needs to be contacted, she is there. Linda is the hardest working person I know. The true measure of how well someone does their job is not really knowing how much they do. They just do the work with no complaints. That's Linda. Over the years, she has been given more and more to do and does it without question. I'm not sure how she can be replaced by one person. That's how much she does for CHS. Linda has a job that almost sets her up to be disliked. She has to inform students of detentions and other attendance issues. Yet students still love her. She is able to do her job with kindness, care, and humor. Linda has been dedicated to the district for almost 35 years. She is a dedicated employee that rarely misses work. Point of fact, Linda returned to work the day after gallbladder surgery because she didn't want anyone else to have to do extra work. She has given students money when they were unable to purchase items. She always donates to Adopt an Angel and gives to coworkers in times of need. She loves her job, her coworkers, and most of all, her students. I can't think of anyone who deserves the Deb Cummings Award more than Linda Udine. It is with great pride and enthusiasm that I plead with you all to award Linda Udine with the Deb Cummings Award. She is the poster child of dedication, reliability, and grace under pressure. I would make the argument that she is who makes our school tick. Linda is the first one in the building each day and up until her last call or door open. She is the constant force that keeps us running smoothly. Her work ethic is inspiring, whether it is managing attendance, organizing records and reports, or simply welcoming visitors into the building. She does it with precision and a great attitude. Dependability is probably her greatest strength in a long list of them. It is an automatic to get follow through no matter how big or small the task she is given. She never hesitates to step up, pitch in, or adapt to whatever is needed to be done. Calm, flexible, and focused. The best compliment I can give Linda, or anyone for that matter, is that I truly don't know what all she does. I never hear about anything or notice anything not being complete, and so nothing ever gets put on my table. She has been here countless years and showed up every day with a smile, even when she is tired or her back is aching so badly that she is waiting for surgery. We are so incredibly lucky to have Linda Udine work at Chanute High School, and it is going to be so very different without her. We will miss her laugh, her interactions with all people, and her genuine pride she takes in doing things to the very best of her ability. To be blunt, I think that although we have many deserving employees, there is no one that deserves this award more than her. She embodies every characteristic mentioned in what you guys are looking for, and then some. I will miss Linda probably more than anybody because, quite frankly, she makes me look a lot better than I probably am. Thank you for your consideration. Linda is often the first person who interacts with everyone coming into our building. She handles everyone professionally and with a patience that some definitely don't deserve. She is friendly with a subtle sense of humor that extends out to brighten the day of others around her. She exemplifies what we would ask of anyone within our district, as she is dependable, helpful, and is always there for those who need her. It is with great pleasure that I nominate Linda Udine for her significant contributions to Chanute High School and the district as a whole. As the welcoming face of Chanute High School office for several years, Linda has consistently exceeded expectations in her support of parents, students, administration, and staff. Her dedication to her role and her constant willingness to put others first have had a profound positive impact on our school community. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Deb Cummings Award winner, Miss Linda Udine. As you have heard, Linda was not able to make it tonight, so I would invite her longtime colleague, Karen Graham, and a fellow office mate, Katie Rodriguez, to come up and accept the award for her. I hope that Linda and her family were able to get on the live stream today. Congratulations, Linda, and much deserved.
She is on the live stream, and she's very emotional and thankful.
I would concur with Mr. Murray, though. I do think even if she didn't have back surgery, I'm not sure we could have drug her in here today, especially if she knew she was being recognized, because she was never much fan, when I was around her, she was never much fan of accepting recognition or thanks or anything else. She really has always just done her job and done what she thought was her expectation, and she didn't expect anything else. So we certainly have appreciated Linda and will definitely be missed.
Definitely.
Thank you. So, yeah, it's on my notes. I'm gonna go off script for a second, but yeah, I'll get to that. I would be remiss if I didn't just, before we left tonight, recognize one more person who has already been recognized and received his retirement gifts of the past, but he's the first person I know that gets to re-retire from Chanute. That's what we keep calling it, is that he is re-retiring. So Dr. Wire had worked in the district for a long time, retired. And a few years ago, I gave him a call when he was in Owasso, Oklahoma, working his dream job. I don't know how many times he's told me that since he's been back, but he actually had his dream job in Oklahoma. But I somehow managed, and really I don't think I had much to do with it. I think there was a other factor, but I'm just going to take credit. I managed to talk him in to come back and be an assistant principal at the elementary school. So Dr. Wire had spent all of his career in a secondary school, all of his administrative career at the secondary level, and then at the board office. And I faced a similar fate back in 2021 where I moved to the high school, and I'd never been a secondary administrator. So I was like, oh, it's not that big a deal. Like, it's fine. It's just about leadership. And so Dr. Wire agreed to come back and served as assistant principal at the elementary school for a year and a half. Is that correct? And then, crazy enough, I convinced him that he should come to the board office with me. and be the assistant at the board office. And he, I think, after spending a year and a half at the elementary school, was just tired enough that he couldn't pass it up. He fully admits that he had to, he didn't realize how tiring it was going to be at the elementary school. And I just thought it was normal. So I guess I never really realized that. But I just have to recognize him because I will be forever grateful for the time that I got to spend working with Dr. Wire over the last couple of years at the board office. Getting to learn from and learn with Dr. Wire over the last couple of years has been really life-changing for me, and I think what has played a huge role in me being able to move forward and be successful within our district. So I certainly will miss Dr. Wire. I will miss our impromptu 2, 3, 4 hour long chats. But there's just, I am forever grateful for how much I've learned from and with Dr. Wire. And thank you for answering the call. Thank you for coming back to Chanute and giving to our students. So, Dr. Wire. Okay, now in closure, on behalf of the Board of Education and the administration of the district, I wish to say thank you to all who were recognized today. Our students and staff are better because of each one of you. Many thanks to all you have done, and we wish you well as you move into summer and/or the next stage in your life. Thank you for taking the time to be in attendance today to support your family members or colleagues. We know that it means a lot to them. If you are able, please take the time to join us out in the Commons area, out the door to your left or out that door to your right, for refreshments that are being served immediately when we dismiss here. I believe we have some you can even grab and go if you want. You can sit around and chat, whatever you would like to do. So thank you all truly for being here. Congratulations to all, and have a wonderful evening.